Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Palma Yacht Crew Vlogs. My name is Ria. I am your host, and today I am joined by Alex from Grupo Barco, partners right here in Palma de Mallorca. How are you, Alex?
Good, very good. Very
Enjoying
good.
some
Ready.
sunshine out there, are you?
Yes, it's such an incredible day, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Well, not usually seasonal for this time of year, but we can't complain, that's for sure.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. So the reason we are here is that there is a petition that has been circulating online called an Open Shipyard for All in Mulvale, Palma de Mallorca. Now, this petition is completely in regards to Astilleros changing location from where they are currently located. They did have a contract till 2027. From my understanding, they had approached the Port Authority and asked for a concession, I think, of another 16 years or something on top of what they already had. And the Port Authority asked them to move because they had made an agreement with the municipality to make the area greener. So under those guidelines, they would have to move Astilleros completely. So why is the method of what they already have going on and just the fact that they are moving, what is the issues here?
Okay, just to start for what you was explaining right now, uh, the first thing which is not true is Astilleros de Mallorca, they don't have to move it. I mean, they have a concession which is finished in 2027. So the same when you rent an apartment and when you finish this or you have a concession with a bar, when finished, it's finished. That's it. And from there, they start a new trend or whatever. So in that case, I mean, anybody says that they have to move yes or yes. No, they finish in 2027. So after that, I understand from their point of view, they say, okay, because we will finish our concession, we, in some point, we want to follow working as Tiros de Mallorca in Palma, which for me is I absolutely agree. But this is where is the point, because they already are working in STP yard area, which is an open yard. And in 2011, when they start here in STP, uh, I was contracted by them to start here the business. So I know very well the both business because I was working by them here in STP, which I have to say that after 3 years in 2014, we have a really good success in the business here in STP. And the question is why? Why? Because what I said is this is an open. Let's talk about open yard, closed yard, or a model, open model, closed model. What I said is here in STP area, which is an open yard, they can work together. That these two, of course, the open model because already it's here, but also this kind of closed centralized model. Because when I was there, the many captain, the client, the customer just contact me, says, Alex, I want that you deal everything for me with STP, with exactly, I mean, all together. That is I don't want to deal with anybody here. Just you do everything. So, and we have a very good success. The difference is, or the difference, what I said is, why, if I'm a customer, I have to decide in some point if I'm captain and I'm going inside the port of Palma, say, okay, I can choose to go to Astilleros de Mallorca or go to STP and work with Astilleros de Mallorca there, because also they are there. Uh, why, or which is the extra value if I go to Astilleros de Mallorca in their facilities, in the closed yard? And I don't have the answer. I didn't have the answer at this time. I don't have the answer now because you have absolutely the same. What I'm talking is, of course, the two models are really, really good. The closed model is still working around the world. It's not a problem. But this is a particular case because Astilleros is finishing a concession, 2027, which is they have 33,000 square meters between the berth and the hard area. And now they want to, they say that, well, they have been pushing to move to the end of Mole Bay, which is now they instead of 23,000, they go to 125,000 square meters, 68 on the heart and 56 square meter on the sea, for the synchro lift and everything, which is, we're talking is 5 times more. What I mean, if you are pushing, you say, okay, let's minimum. I think that have sense that if we have to move, right now we have 23,000 square meters. I don't know, let's request for 30,000 but not 5 times. So this is one thing that for me is strange and don't have sense. The other one is, anyway, they are still working inside STP area, which is an open, and they have a lot of successful. They already are the biggest company working here in STP. They have more employers. They have all the, it is the company with more workshops. So they want to keep like that. If we make longer the open yard area, but the difference will be that the rest of the company, we can follow working there. So one of my company, which here is called Yacht. Yacht is a management company. So I have some of the clients says, Alex, that's the key of my boat, please. I have, that's my working list, do everything, and bye-bye. And I can do perfectly here in the open yard. So there is no difference. But in the other way, yes, I cannot operate inside the closed yard if they not allow to work there. So what I'm now trying to make that the people understand is like a football a game. We say there's one team that they can work in both areas, and just the rest of the other team is just working in one area, because you cannot access to the other one. I think that is not fair. It's not fair. So personally, also what I said is my success there is when I left. Just to understand, when I left in 2015 from Astilleros, I started from my own as a freelance. Now my company, we are 30 people. There are 30. So in 4 years and a half, I passed from 1 to 30. This is absolutely impossible if I cannot operate in an open yard. Why? Because I don't have the investment to do the hard, invest for the synchro lift or for the travel lift or whatever. So there is a company that they invest just for this floor and the berth, and I am allowed to bring here the clients and work straight with the companies, with the clients. Sorry. So that this not happen in a closed yard. Or let's say another, now Astilleros is close to 18 years, no? 18 years old now. So until start STP in 2008, the sector, the nautical sector here was enough, but now has increased 300 more that just before they start. So, and the number of employers increased 500 times from the beginning. I think that with that numbers is so clear, which is the difference. But anyway, we don't say this is bad or this is good. No, we say that model is better because in the same area we can work together. That's it.
So if Astilleros doesn't get the concession, you said that earlier off air that you had, there was something like 20 companies that have come together as a group supporting this new model. Are they looking to take over that concession, or are what they demanding is that Astilleros in that takeover changes their model of how they do business? Exactly.
Basically, if from the beginning, when we have noticed about this movement for the Port Authority, and the first time when I saw the boy and appears exactly, and if at that moment 2 months ago I read that it says an open area for everybody, we are not here. And probably I will be supporting that system because it's good for everybody. So open yard for everybody. That's it. So in that case, no, the mentality was closed area. Basically, the differences between STP and because Palma is a special area. I mean, STP have been a very successful, and we are saying that between the open yard or between Astilleros de Mallorca and STP, yes, the difference will be a little wall to separate these two. Don't have any sense. Don't have any sense absolutely. When both can work and join together. That's it. So basically, what we say is we want an open yard, and is what we are fighting for, an open yard for everybody.
So do you not think that there is a place in the marketplace here in Mallorca anyways for both business models to succeed and survive?
No, both models, of course, but again, both models can join together in the same location. That is what I said. Other thing is because for them what they present the project is about a bigger boat, or because the ship will be for 4,500 tons. So we are talking boat to up to 100 meters length, 120 more or less, which is not our market right now here. We have Barcelona, which is a very good place, which I know very well, the people there. So you have La Ciotat, you have Genoa, and this kind of market is very, very small around the world, because we are talking about boats between 1,500 tons and 4,500. We are talking about 200 boats around the world, and in the business where we are talking, I mean, between 1,000 and 1,500 tons which is our travel lift, what we are preparing. Just for these 500 tons, we are 190 boats around the world in this 500, and between the 1,500 up to 5,000 tons is 200. So, and the invest for what we are looking for this project is less than 3 times that they want to do it. We say this doesn't have any sense. And mainly when STP area right now, we are in the maximum, because the last 2 years there is no more companies appear, no more employee, because we are in the maximum space that we can work all together. So we really need more space. We need more space. Yes or yes. And that's why we said in that moment that we need more space. We have, in the newspapers appeared just 3 weeks ago, we have a waiting list of 5 months of yachts from 40 to 60 meters waiting to come to Palma. And now we want the boats upper to 100 meters. Don't have any sense when they have this client here. And the other thing is, for example, right now this week, I'm working also in Villanova, because one of the reasons that that STP now is full and it's many companies, we don't have space. Some of the boats are leaving from Palma, and I have clients that right now they are in Villanova, in the mainland. So it's 30 kilometers just south of Barcelona. And right now I have 7 engineers working there instead of 4 engineers in Palma. Yeah, okay, for me it's good, because if I don't have too much work here in Palma, I can move to the mainland, but it's not like that. These 7 engineers, they go to the hotels there, they go to the restaurants there. When they need some help, extra help, they work with the subcontract the companies around Barcelona. So, and these boats now they are happy there. They don't will back to Palma, because they say, "Wow, 5 months lease, I have to 1 year before start to, I keep it there. This is what we want. No, but that's the way is where we are going. So I'm talking with the politics and they say, this is what really you want? That all these kind of boats, because we're talking about that what before was in Palma, they are clients of mine, and they go there because they here we don't have enough space, and they start to feel comfortable there. Then that is not good for me, because I'm from Mallorca. I want the business, not just my business, the business and all the business surrounding here, the direct and indirect, is good for Balearic. And well, now in Vilanova, they are really, really happy with that situation. Really happy. They say, "Woo, perfect. Come here." Well, good for ones and no very good for the other ones. Is what it is. It's for that. Is what I said. They have the authorities here. They have to think is that that really is the way that they want for all the sector.
Well, with this petition, then, is there a certain amount of signatures that you need in order to make an impact?
The signatures. Well, yes, I think it's important. Well, more than the signatures, what I receive is many calls, many messages saying, Alex, what you say is right, and I want to say every day more and more. They say, yeah. Now we have some time, so everybody now is clear where is the situation. So what you say is clear. You don't talk about nothing or company. No. What you say is that both models are okay. They can work together, and are the successful of the open yard is absolutely clear. So let's follow that way. That's it. And because I read in some place that Asturias de Mallorca they will disappear. That's not true, because the invoices, half of the invoices here in STP, so they will follow. And in the new area, probably with the new workshops, offices, they will be the company, because it's the biggest one. They will rent more offices. They will rent, of course, it's normal. So it's what it is. But let's keep everybody in the same area and try to work together. Not put a ball in the middle and just work with what I want and not here. So no, same area, open area, everybody, and you do your own business independently of your location.
What is the next step for you then?
Sorry, what's that?
What is the next step for you then in this fight?
Well, we are working with a project which we have to present before 8th of April, because this kind of project is not something easy that you can do on papers. It's quite difficult. So we have the engineers working with it. We have a very good ideas, which is, for example, is improving which is the STP now, the area, which is STP. So we have some improvement, and hopefully we wait that the politics also they understand for what we are fighting, and they say minimum, okay, we want to hear what you are talking, and was a shock when we received this news. And I understand for what really we are working and why we are doing these things for everybody.
Well, if somebody wants to talk to you or find out more about the petition and more about what you're doing, how can they get a hold of you?
How can they
get a hold of you? How can they contact you?
They can contact. They know me.
Yeah.
They know me well, so they know how they can contact. And because this is one of the strange things, because basically we are open to talk with everybody. Yeah. Mainly when we are talking about all the companies. When in the meeting that I made in January, just what I said there is I informed to everybody, to all the companies, freelance. This is what happened. Now for your own, you need to think about minimum. You need to be informed about which is the idea, I have my own idea and which is my way to do it. So that's the point. I'm waiting that some politics they receive to us. We can explain our point of view, and I'm pretty sure that they will understand that, of course, what we say is absolutely correct, and I mean it's easy and it's not black or white or decide one or the other one. No, we want all together, including Asturias de Mallorca, working in the same area, of course.
When is this decision going to be final? When is this over? There's no sort of wiggle room.
Well, 8th of April will be the last. Well, at the beginning it was 8th of March. We make we sent a document to the Port Authority requesting a little delay because the project was so difficult. So we have until April 8th. And after that, there will be they have to vote the Port Authority about that situation. So, my sense is, honestly, my sense was for the beginning, and mainly for the companies told me, because some of them beginning say, no, forget it. This is something that yes or yes goes to Asturias de Mallorca, blah, blah, blah. Now the people start, because the newspaper, the Port Authority start to talk about a public trend, or they have to, we respect all the projects that they are coming. So we are start to see a light there that they start to, maybe was very clear until now 1 month ago, and now it's not so clear. It's not so clear, and they need to think about and what to do.
Well, is there anything else that you would like to add before I let you go? Because I know you're a busy man.
No, everything is okay. I have to say that that's true that I'm very busy all day, but I spend a lot of time for that because we think that is very, very important. So I start with this from the beginning, and I want to push until the end. The companies, they understand what I'm doing with the other companies, so we will follow like that until the end, and basically until in some point the Port Authority say what your project is we understand, which is a good project for everybody, and let's see what they say. That's all.
Well, best of luck to you. Thank you so much for coming on board with us and giving us your time.
Thank you very much, Rhea. Thanks.
Right, this is again, we have been talking about an open shipyard for all in Molvale, Palma de Mallorca, that is making the rounds on social media, a petition that is aimed at opening up the yards as opposed to closing them. Two different business models. We did have Oscar Zitches on, and now we've had Alex on the other side of things. Please do feel free to weigh out your options and check out our YouTube channel to see what both gentlemen say and which side they're on, and make your own decision. So thank you again, Alex. You've been listening to another edition of Palma Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Rhea. Please tune in again.